Imagine you're the captain of a ship and you have a loyal crew that follows every command you give, no questions asked. You say, "We're going right." The ship turns right. You say, "I don't have enough money." They start tossing sacks of treasure overboard. You see, that crew, that's your subconscious mind. And when you say things like, "I am not good at relationships" or "I am broke," your subconscious takes it as true and steers your life in that direction. That's why I stopped using certain words completely. Because whether you realize it or not, you are always steering towards your dream life or right into a shipwreck. And in this video, I'll show you the exact words to stop using and what to use instead so you can finally get where you want in life. Vámonos! Number 1. Try. When you say you're trying to do something, your subconscious takes it literally. It'll keep you in a constant loop of trying, never quite doing. For instance, if you say, "I am trying to lose weight," guess what's going to happen? You'll keep trying. You'll be stuck in effort mode, never seeing real results. Instead, speaking movement and progress. So instead of saying, "I am trying to lose weight," say, "I am losing weight every day." Even if it's 1 gram, your subconscious hears success, not struggle. Number 2, expensive. "Oh my god, that car is so expensive. $100,000? That's too much." Boom. You just put that item on a pedestal and separated yourself from it. Words like expensive reinforce lack. They scream, "That's not for me." Instead, shift to something like, "It's above average price" or "It's a premium item." This way, you're not closing a door. You're just acknowledging where you are without shrinking yourself. And look, I'm not saying go and max out your car to prove a point. But if something feels out of reach, the answer isn't "that's too much." It is, "How can I earn more?" Which brings us to 2A. I need to work hard to make money. Not necessarily. What if you could work smart, with joy, doing something that lights you up? Because making money doesn't have to equal burnout. Start asking, what do I love? What comes naturally to me? That's where the magic and abundance lives. Because if anything, when you catch yourself saying something like "too expensive," ask yourself, what are the people who can afford it doing differently? They're not better than us. They're just doing something we might not be doing yet. Like Steve Jobs said, everything around us was built by someone no smarter than us. If they can do it, so can we. Number 3, need. Do you really need that haircut? Or those shoes? Or do you want them? When you've got your basic needs covered, most needs are actually choices. And need is a word rooted in lack. Instead, you can say something like, "I choose to get this haircut because it makes me feel confident." When you shift from need to choose, you stop acting from scarcity and start living with intention. And when you live with intention, you make better choices. You spend more consciously, you honor your values, and stop chasing things that don't actually matter to you. Number 4, you have to. Think back when you were a teenager. Remember how it felt when your parent or a teacher told you, "You should do this, you have to do that." Instant resistance, right? We hate being told what to do. And that's exactly what happens when we use those phrases with others. You shouldn't have to put people on the defensive. They shut down. Instead, you can say, "In my experience, what's worked for me is, here's what I've found helpful." It's softer, but more powerful. Because when people don't feel pressured, they stay open. You build trust, you connect more, and the conversation actually goes somewhere. Number 5, no. Negative framing in general. Your subconscious doesn't process negatives the way you think. Say, "I don't want to be poor," it hears "be poor." Because it skips the taunt and latches onto the image of poverty. Why does it do that? According to cognitive psychology, the subconscious works through images and emotional associations. It needs something concrete to focus on, and "don't" gives it nothing. The word that follows is what gets absorbed. So if I say, "Don't think of a pink llama," what happens? You picture a pink llama anyway. That's how your subconscious works. So instead of saying, "I don't want to be broke," you can say, "My financial situation is improving every day." Does it feel weird to say something like that at first? Of course. You might not be used to speaking with intention. Most of us aren't. We are taught to react, not to create. But get this, every time you say it, you're planting a seed. And if you keep repeating it, one day you'll realize that your life caught up to your words. 6. Jokes at your own expense. Every time I lost my keys, I'd say, ugh, I'm so forgetful, or even worse, I'm so dumb. As a joke, of course. But here's the thing, your subconscious doesn't get the joke. It doesn't have sense of humor at all. It takes everything literally, especially if it's repeated or said with emotion. According to psychology research, your brain doesn't distinguish between a joke and a genuine belief. It hears the message, stores it, and reinforces it over time. So every joking insult, it becomes part of your inner script. Instead, say something like, I'm getting better at remembering things. It's gentle, it's realistic, and it gives your brain something useful to work with. Saying it that way might feel weird or even fake at first, especially if you're used to brushing things off with a joke. But give it time. The more you practice it, the more your brain starts to believe it. And boom, it becomes true. 7. That's just who I am. I'm just not a morning person. I've always been bad at texting people back. Sounds harmless, right? But every time you say something like this, you're reinforcing a fixed identity. You're telling your subconscious, don't bother changing. If you want to improve your life, maybe start waking up earlier, build better habits, or show up for the people you love, then know this. You are not stuck with the version of you you've always been. Just because something was true before doesn't mean it has to stay that way. Instead, you can say, that's how I've been, but I'm open to shifting it. I'm becoming more of a morning person. I'm getting better at staying in touch with people. That tiny tweak tells your subconscious, we are evolving. And when your inner story changes, your outer world follows. Because we're not just a random character in our lives. We are the main character. I'm the director, producer. My mic died, but thank you for watching. If something resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It helps more people find this video, and little by little, slowly but surely, remember how powerful and amazing they are. See you in the next video, mi amigo.